Alright, so I was watching a video clip from a woman named Leslie Jones, I believe is her name. And she wanted to talk about how this 4th of July ain't a happy 4th because we ain't free, blah, 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 blah. So let me tell you something, woman. First of all, the Roe versus Wade being overturned doesn't actually take away anybody's rights to get abortions. Roe versus Wade itself just allows states to pick on their own what they want. So if you live in a blue state, you're still going to get all the abortions you want. Don't worry about that, honey. Okay. The abortion issue is an ideological issue, not a rights issue. Okay. What a rights issue would be is like freedom of speech, us saying that you don't have the right to talk shit and that you should just shut up or you're this or that or this, that's going to happen. That's an infringement on your freedom. Okay. That's a biggie. Taking away your weapons to defend yourself in case the government was to try to become tyrannical and take you as a slave. That's a right. Okay. Unalienable rights that God has given us as people, you know, is what the Constitution was about. And see, Christians don't believe in abortions. And those who do are, in my opinion, not true Christians. Everybody's got their own beliefs. And I'm not saying what I'm saying is gold. So don't try to act like I'm all high and mighty. I'm not. Regardless, my opinion about abortion doesn't really fucking matter. Because I'm not here to tell you how do you feel about you. Okay? Secondly, this is a free fucking country. Get that through your thick head, woman. Okay? Because first of all, what was you doing this 4th of July? Was you able to barbecue? Was you able to lay your head down at night and not worry about being shot? Or having bombs blown up at you? Okay? You know what people in Ukraine are doing? They're fighting. You know what people around other parts of the world is doing? They're getting killed for their beliefs. See, in America, we can talk all the shit we want because that's a freedom we've been given or that we gave ourselves when we went through all this shit in the first place, which is why we celebrate our independence. Yes, not all blacks were freed right at independence, but we understand as a collectively that things worked slower back then. Okay, so yeah, it did take a little bit longer. But celebrating Juneteenth, in my opinion, is a way to split the country. It shouldn't matter when y'all got your independence. It's the fact that y'all did get your independence. And there's people, white people, still to this day, who are slaves, who don't get to celebrate independence. Okay? And this is in other countries, of course. But you don't know that because you're too ignorant to look up information. And then most of them are actually enslaved by other black folks, just so you know. Not all white people are racist or evil, okay? Most of us look up to black people, actually. I know when I was growing up, that was one of our biggest role models was black folks. We thought, shit, these people are way cooler than fucking these white, dumbass, boring people. Shit. That's where some of my fucking slang comes from, is from y'all. Okay, you're free to enjoy your life. That's the whole point of this country. Is and like Tom McDonald has said, every country has a little bit of blood under its flag. Okay, but the fact is we realize that we're not perfect. We realize that we strive to do the best that we can. Now, with that being said, even though we're doing the best that we can, you still don't have the right to infringe on our rights to believe what we want. Okay? So if our red state chooses we don't want abortions, then you shouldn't have the right to sit there and bitch that we're taking your right away if you live in a blue state and your right actually hasn't been taken away. See, this is all about control. Y'all want to control everybody. Y'all got a little bit of power. You're like kids. Give them piece of candy, they want the whole damn bag. Okay? But you can't be doing that shit. Because then you're just going to make other people pissed off. And eventually people are going to start fighting. And that's not good for this country. Okay? The 4th of July is to celebrate people who strived and put their lives on the line and everything, in fact, to make people free. Even if it was decades later. If it wasn't for those sacrifices, you guys would still be slaves today. You do realize this, right? If it wasn't for all that, you guys would still be slaves, probably in Africa. Okay? Yeah, that's a fact, because they were enslaved by other black people. Okay? So instead of y'all trying to destroy this country that people worked so hard to create, how about you help build it up? We're all going to have differences. We're all going to disagree. Okay? That's the great part about being American, is you can agree to disagree. You don't have to agree with each other to live with each other. Okay? Look at it as a marriage. You don't always agree with your wife. You don't always get along with your husband. But you make it work. Because you care. And that's how this is supposed to work. But y'all act like the children just want to take. Till you get your hands smacked. Okay? Instead of worrying about y'all, how about you worry about all of us as a collective, as a whole, as a one people, maybe. And I'm not saying this as a white person. I'm saying this as an American, okay? I don't give a fuck about my skin color. I don't care about your skin color. I don't care about anybody's skin color. I care about whether you're a shitty person or a good person. I worry about whether you love this country or hate this country. Because if you don't love this country, I don't want nothing to do with you. And this is for you haters that want to bitch about me smoking. Yep. It's more satisfying now that I know it bugs people. Yep. Anyways. Stop bitching about shit that you don't realize what you're bitching about, woman, okay? Yeah, some states are going to outlaw. That's going to happen. Okay, that's part of this country. That's part of our rights. And the whole part is, if you don't like what your laws are, you move to a state where you do like them. Sorry, yawning. You gotta get ready for work. I'm a little tired. So why don't you create a video on getting Americans to come together instead of trying to create more tension than there already is. I mean, there was already 2 major shootings during the 4th of July where innocent people were hurt. And it shouldn't matter what color they are. You should mourn them regardless, because that's our, you know. But that's just me. That's just my thoughts. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like me. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody gonna cancel me. I ain't got nothing to cancel. I'm a broke ass motherfucker just like the rest of y'all. Okay? I gotta go and spend more money on fucking batteries when I get paid so I can shave. Because we ran out of batteries and I don't have the money to just go buy batteries wherever the fuck I want. Because we got 4 fucking kids and it's just expensive. So instead of y'all bitching about Roe versus Wade, how about y'all bitch about the gas prices? You know, use that power that y'all got to get the prices lower. I don't know, help us get inflation reduced, maybe. How about y'all worry about the important shit? You know, like plugging all the holes in this boat so we don't fucking sink, maybe. I don't know. How about we make sure this Titanic don't hit the fucking iceberg so we don't all fucking sink to the bottom and freeze to death, Did y'all ever think of that? The problems y'all are worried about ain't shit. The problems you need to be worrying about can just destroy or make your way of living. So if you like eating out all the time, if you like spending money, if you like trying to earn money to spend, how about we get together on the right issues instead of worrying about this stupid shit? Okay? Let's figure out what we can do to get our economy back on track, maybe. Get jobs back into this country so more people have the ability to work, so that way not as many of us is in poverty. You do realize that, right? If we were to make more shit in this country, sell it off, boost up our economy, this inflation wouldn't even be nothing. But y'all don't care about that. Y'all don't want to work. Y'all don't want to fucking do none of this shit. Y'all just want to bitch and bitch and bitch about shit that you never even fucking experienced. Quit bitching about Roe versus Wade. Okay? Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some women in some states that are going to get screwed. Okay? There's not a perfect situation anywhere. Sorry about that. If you feel like your rights are being infringed, take it to court. Do your protesting. Do what you gotta do. But you can't say it's not a free country. For example, if you try talking shit about the government in China, guess what happens? A couple different things. You either go to prison for decades until you be like, I'm so sorry. Or they take everything from you, make you homeless. Or they murder you, make you disappear off the face of the planet, and nobody will ever know that you even existed or remember you. So, you know, you could be also in China, be one of the Uyghur Muslims where you have a faith, and because the government don't agree with your faith, they could be shooting you dead. I don't hear you complaining about that. There's a lot worse going on in this world than the shit you guys are bitching about. The stuff you guys are bitching about ain't shit. There's way more important stuff to worry about. Way more important stuff that could bring us together as a nation. Bring us together as a whole. But nah. Hell, I'm so broke I can't even afford glasses that sit on my face right. I'm done listening to y'all bitch and moan and cry and everything else. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do the best I can for my family. And hopefully I'll be successful one day before I retire. If not, whatever. But y'all are gonna live miserable lives worrying about this stupid ass shit and throwing big fits about it and wasting sleep over it. But anyways, I'm gonna get going. I gotta get ready for work. Y'all have a great day. Hope you had a great 4th of July. My condolences to those who lost loved ones during those shootings during the 4th of July weekend. That was horrible, and I hope we figure out who did it, catch them all, and arrest them. I know they caught one out at the one in Illinois, but I don't know if they caught the one in Chicago. I didn't really check up on that. Anyways, be proud to be American. Realize how free you truly are. And stop your bitching. Stop this, oh, it's because I'm black shit. I'm tired of it. I've been listening to it for decades with all the fucking black people I live around. If the cops don't do exactly the way they want or what they want, it's because I'm black, huh? Nah. It's because you either weren't in the right, or because there wasn't enough evidence, or because of this or that. And I'm sure some little incidents in there, yeah, it might be because you're black. But guess what? We get screwed because we're white. Okay? We get treated like shit. We get robbed because we're white. We get looked down upon because we're nerdy white people. Alright? Don't judge us by the way we look. Most of us don't try to judge you. Most of us grew up looking up to y'all. So remember that shit before you start saying how racist this country is and how unfree you are. Okay. And remember, there's a difference between stereotyping and being racist. Okay, there's a big difference there, I think, because being racist requires hatred. Like, that's the biggest component to being racist is hatred and thinking that the other race is more inferior. Okay, saying stereotypes to me ain't racist. That's just being ignorant or believing in stereotypes, which ain't always the greatest thing, but hey, it's whatever. Anyways, y'all be good. Have a great day.